What's happening, guys? Jason up, New Age Revolution, down here in the cave, sitting in front of the G.I. Joe section. That's right, because we finally got some new product to talk about here with the Joes. A couple of pickups in the Joe family, yeah, and then we have a completion based on one of the closer looks at a toy line. We took a closer look at a toy line last week, and I realized that I was one figure short. And so I grabbed it real quick, and we'll look at that in a minute. First up, the status of the channel. There has been some talk from me to you over the last few weeks, and there's been some thoughts in my head about discontinuing the channel. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that. There is the new show that I'm doing where I go through almost each item that I have and talk about it. We've already done the Dukes of Hazzard figures from Mego, and we did the Tales from the Crypt figures. Coming up this week is going to be a look at the Cabbage Patch doll and the collection that I have of that. And then I don't know what I'll grab next. Probably the Karate Kid figures that I might have already done with you. I'll have to go back and see if I already did those. But yeah, lots of stuff. I mean, the whole room is full. So that's kind of extending the life of the channel. And I'm going to do these every couple of days until the end of the year. And then I'm going to decide what I want to do in 2022 when it comes to the channel. And yes, we have all kinds of show ideas that are still, the Vintage Horror Night and even the Saturday Morning Super Show, the cartoon show that we did, the commercials show that we're doing. I don't have the motivation for those right now. I'll just be honest with you. I don't have the motivation for that. Like for the Vintage Horror Night, I have to have the house to myself to cook and to talk to you while I'm cooking and to sit down and eat with you and then to come down here and to watch a 2-hour movie. And so I don't find the time to do those. I guess I could do it in chunks and just edit it all together, like cook 3 weeks prior or something. But so we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Why would I end the channel? Well, it's been 5.5 years. It's coming up on 6 years of a good thing, of a fun thing, and of a thing that has brought me more attention and more friends or friendly conversations than I've ever had. And it's also my therapy to come down here and sit in my room and talk about stuff. Because I don't, if you have a room like this, you're like, oh, I'd always be down there. Well, I'm not. There are weeks when I don't even come down here for anything. So sitting down here and talking with you guys has given me a reason to come down here. And going through each item now and talking about each item is actually my opportunity to revisit stuff that I have. Because just on the shelf, you really don't, you got to pull it off the shelf and talk about it. That's right. So the next 2 episodes of taking a closer look at the toys. We'll do the Cabbage Patch dolls, and we're going to do the starting lineup collection. So we'll get those going. Like I said, probably 2 or 3 a week of those, and that'll take us into the new year. And then I'll decide the life of the channel, whether it's over, whether I take a break, whether I retire, and then have some, grand unretiring. I don't know. Again, reasons for that. Tired, burnout, don't have a lot of else stuff to talk about. Time is a problem, to make those big, long shows. Come on in. Hey. Hang on. I'm almost, this is a quick one. Okay. And then, of course, everybody has said, well, don't let the negativity bother you. Yeah, it doesn't bother me to, I don't think about it every day, but negativity on the channel will end the channel, guaranteed. I don't have to do it. The thumbs down, all that garbage from absolute pieces of trash out there. That'll just end the channel. So all that piled up is just like, well, what am I doing this for, right? But there's a lot of reasons to continue to do it, and everybody who's watching this video right now is a reason to do the channel still. Diving back into the memories and talking about the memories and the whatever happened to that, the whatever happened to series that everybody is messaging me about and telling me how much it's just sparked their own memories. So those are the reasons to continue. So we'll see. I've signed a 3-month deal. Right, I've signed on for October, November, and December, and we'll make the decision January 1st about where the channel goes from here. So, with that being said, we got some GI Joes. We have the 1986 Motor Viper to add to the family. Nice tight figure, very tight figure actually. Wow. That is a ridiculously tight waist. It's almost like glued. But that is a very tight figure. Motor Viper is the vehicle driver for a vehicle called the Cobra Stun. Okay, so we got Moto Viper. Now, these two that I have are the last of the cheapies, right? So the remaining like 10 or so figures from 86 are expensive. They're at least 40 to 100 plus. We're about to get into. So there's a Motor Viper, and then we just got in the mail his cousin, Stratto Viper, and he is also a tight figure, not as tight, but this is Stratto Viper, and he is the pilot of the Cobra Night Raven vehicle. Yeah, so he is actually a little loose, not super loose, but yeah, kind of. I might replace the old O-ring on him. But there he is, Stratto Viper, Motor Viper. We got the Viper twins, the pilots, no accessories other than the vehicle for these folks. Yeah, this guy needs an O-ring change. Well, there we go. 2 more 1986 figures added to the collection, and then as a result of taking a closer look at a particular toy line, you recall when we took a look at the Tales from the Crypt Keeper figures, you guys informed me that I was missing the Werewolf, and I was like, no, I have the Werewolf somewhere, but I can't find him. I can't find the Werewolf, so I don't know if I had the Werewolf. I don't know if I lost the Werewolf. I don't know if the children ate the Werewolf. Did you eat my Werewolf?
No.
No?
Does my mouth look like it has any plastic in it?
Does your mouth look like you have any plastic in it? Let me see. No. It does not look... I can't get this open. It does not look like you ate the Werewolf.
Liam probably did.
Maybe Liam probably did?
Yeah. But sometimes I see what chunks out.
Sometimes you see plastic in Liam's mouth?
Yeah. I see metal.
Fiddling up, ladies and gentlemen. Well, now that I see this in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and say I never had the Werewolf. But we do now. And there's his semi-working mechanism. But this is probably the best figure of the batch. Oh, he might be missing a tail. Is he missing a tail? There's a little hole back there. Do werewolves have tails?
No.
No? He's missing a hole. Oh, am I missing a tail? Am I going to have to...
Maybe you ate it.
I didn't eat it. Alright, so there we go. There's the Tales from the Crypt Keeper Werewolf. We're adding him to the collection. I'll have to check to see if he had a tail. I would assume so. I mean, why else would there be a hole there? Unless it says... Well, I don't know. So there's the Werewolf.
Maybe
2 more G.I. Joes. 1 more Werewolf. An update to the channel. 3-month deal. Signed proudly by me. Not really. That's just what I tell myself to make it sound cooler. That's it. A couple of additions. And we'll be back to look at Cabbage Patch dolls. The accessories. The stories behind them. Did I have a Cabbage Patch doll as a child? I sure did. But was it official? It sure wasn't. And then we'll talk about the starting lineup figures. that's all for now. Till next time. Good night now.
Hey there.
Hey, what?